That, my friends, is the sound of money. This is Lou, your rideshare coach. Greetings, everyone. This is Lou, your rideshare coach. And this episode is extremely special. And I'm thinking that this could probably be, I'm sure this is the most important episode I've done to date, but this could wind up being the most important podcast episode I've done ever. I say this because I'm specifically addressing those of you who started your driver application but never completed it. I'm also speaking to those of you who are Lyft drivers but don't treat this the way it should be treated. I'll explain in a moment. Let me start off by separating myself, my thoughts, my opinions you're about to hear in this podcast from Lyft, the company. Let me be clear. I am not a Lyft employee. I am an independent contractor. These thoughts and opinions and things I'm about to share are independent of Lyft. They are my own independent thoughts. No one from the company, no entity, no portion, no person from the company has ever shared this information with me. This is something that I have figured out. I figured this out and I'm going to share this with you. Okay. So guys, the title of this podcast is Act Like a Driver, Think Like a Boss. Let me say it again. Act like a driver. Think like a boss. Yes, you sort of using a parody of a movie title, but I'm hoping you're starting to get what I'm saying, and if not, you will in just a moment. Again, there are a number of you who have started this driver application but haven't finished it for whatever reason. It's all good. There are also those of you who have this at your disposal. I've got people who have been approved to drive but haven't taken their first ride. And there are many reasons why, but to me, it's like you're leaving money on the table. But let me paint a bigger picture. Let me go bigger than what you've ever thought about Lyft. You've never thought about Lyft this way. I know you haven't, because if you have, you would treat this opportunity differently. Let me be clear. This is the biggest mistake I see across the board. The biggest mistake is your mindset. Okay? Your mindset. What do I mean by that? Well, check this out. You are not a Lyft employee. Okay? You, applicant, you, approved driver who has not taken a ride, you who's thinking about this, but kind of on the fence with things. And it's great. It's fine to be in those places. No criticism there. But let me explain what you're leaving behind. You're not a Lyft employee. I'm not a Lyft employee. You see? All Lyft employees have Lyft email addresses, okay? They all have Lyft email addresses. You don't have one, neither do I. What do I mean by that? You are an independent contractor. I hear many drivers still to this day, after 4.5 years, refer to things as, I work for Lyft. No, you don't. You don't work for Lyft. Lyft works for you. You are an independent contractor. Let me say this in a different way. Look at this as your business. This is your business, okay? And in such a great company, and as such a great, fantastic country as the United States of America, small business in many ways are treated like royalty, okay? You, my friend, have the opportunity to own your own ride-sharing business. Lyft provides the platform. They collect your money for you. They set aside the data behind the money that you made, the documentation, all those things. They update the app. They do marketing for you. They even tell you, hey, here are places you probably want to hang out at in order to get more rides. Here are some incentives. Lyft does all of that for you, but you bring your vehicle, you bring your time, you bring your personality, you bring your experience to the table. And Lyft, for you guys, is willing to give you 75% of the profits. Now, let's look at this. If Lyft was taking 75% and paying you 25%, you'd be working for Lyft, right? That sounds more like you work for a company. No, that's not the case. Lyft is saying we only want 25% of the profit, or 25% of the monies. You keep 75%. So guys, you're not an employee of Lyft. You're not a Lyft employee. You are an independent contractor. You are in business for yourself. Let me explain what that means. It means that everything about your vehicle becomes a tax write-off, okay? Every time your vehicle moves, there are apps And if you want some of this information, you're going to have to contact me directly. I'm not sharing that stuff on this podcast. That's personal stuff, but I have no issue sharing it. You got to contact me directly. Those of you who hear this podcast, you know how to reach me because I text this to you or emailed it to you. For those of you who want to reach out to me, just email myridesharecoach@gmail.com. Again, myridesharecoach@gmail.com. It's spelled just like it sounds, okay? Let me go further. There are apps that track your mileage. Every time your vehicle moves from one point to the next, it tracks that, okay? You just designate whether it's business, whether it's personal. All that stuff you can write off on your taxes at the end of the year. All your oil changes, your tire rotations, your tire changes, your brakes being done, your gas, all those things, you can write off a portion of those things on your taxes, okay? All those things, even car washes. I know of drivers who pay the monthly fee to get their car washed anytime they want because they know they can write it off on their taxes. Guys, when you were young and you started doing taxes, now let me just speak for me. I thought it was an exciting thing because, hey, I'm getting back $1,200. I'm getting back $1,500. See, when you grow up, become an adult, your hope is that I hope it's only a couple of $100s I owe, or I hope I can break even, right? With things such as this, and let me tell you, the first time I was tracking my mileage, I only did it for a portion of the year, 8 months. I had over $13,000 I could write off towards my taxes. Okay. See, in the real world, that money that you owe helps get balanced off for closer to zero when you have a small business and are able to write it off. Now, I am not a tax professional. I don't do taxes. I've done them for myself, but I'm telling you, this thing is an incredible boon. Okay. Also, guys, in terms of working for yourself, imagine, you've got the ability to have a way to make money whenever you choose to. You don't have to call in sick. You don't have to ask for time off. If you don't feel like driving, don't turn the app on. It's just that simple. But see, the problem is that many people look at this as a burden, like, well, I've already got a job and I don't know if I want to do this. You're going to have time off. You're going to have days off. You're going to have vacation time. You may not leave town. Okay. I hear a lot of people say that, well, I started the driver application, but I found another job. And so I'm just not going to do this. That's okay. See, again, that's that mentality that you're working for somebody. See, I don't care that you have another job. In fact, I think that's a beautiful thing. What I do care about is that, and as a person who owns business, is that, and has had a number of jobs, is that no job is 100% safe. And there will be a time at some point for many of you that you're going to be in between jobs. That opportunity that you were hot over didn't work out the way you thought. And now you're looking for new employment. And Lyft is a thing that can stand in that place. It can stand in that place and span the tide for you. It's also a way to make extra money when you want to. You may have a couple of days off. You may be off on weekends. Instead of sitting around the house and doing a lot of nothing, turn on the app and make money. You may have specific things that you want to accomplish financially. You may have a business that you're starting. You may have some bills that you need to knock down. You may need to get your credit card payments down. Get your credit straight. You may want to make larger purchases. You may have a kid who's in college. You may have a hot water heater. That's broken and needs to be replaced. You may need to replace your refrigerator. There's so many things that are bigger expenses that a lot of people don't plan for. And Lyft is a thing that you can take and be very specific in your thinking as to, okay, I'm driving for this purpose. I'm driving for this purpose. When I make this amount of money, I'm going to turn that app back off and I'll come back to it when I need it. It's at your disposal. The only reason Lyft is going to shut you down is because you didn't update your insurance or your vehicle registration, or of course, if there's some kind of negative thing that's happening when you're out driving. That's a whole nother topic, but that's not the likelihood here. Okay, guys. So you have something at your disposal that can be what you want it to be. Do you need Lyft to be a full-time situation so that you can cover your bills and expenses? You have it. Do you need Lyft to fill in as a part-time job? You just want to make a couple of $100 a month to help out with bills? You've got it. If you just want to make some gas money, you've got it. I've done many times just making it a game in my head. I'm like, okay, you know what? I want to go out someplace nice for lunch. Let me turn this app on. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Let me get out here and get some airport runs, take some people to work, and let me see how much I can make. Whoa, wait a minute. I've done $75. I'm eating a good lunch today. Okay. And even with Lyft, when it comes to payment, you can choose to get paid once a week by way of direct deposit, or Lyft has what's called Express Pay. Express Pay allows you to pay yourself anytime you've made at least $5. You can send that money directly to your debit card. There's a 50-cent charge. That money for me is available within 2 minutes, if not sooner. That completely changes the game. Okay, so there have been people and there have been times when rent's due on a Tuesday. That person gets inside their car on Thursday. They drive Friday, they drive Saturday, they drive Sunday, they drive Monday morning. They've made at least $600. Now, I'm not guaranteeing any dollar amount for you because these things fluctuate and vary, but there's money out there to be made. So a part of me understands why you haven't followed through. But a part of me, after hearing this and understanding what I'm saying, is not going to have a great understanding other than you're financially okay. You're not going to run into trouble with any job. You're never going to be in between jobs. You're not going to need extra money for anything. You've got it covered. And if that's the case, then beautiful. God bless. And it's all good. But for some of us out here who needed something in their back pocket, who need something for the right now, who need something as a just in case option, Lyft has been that and more. Okay. So guys, I'm going to wrap up here. And again, the title of this is Act Like a Driver, Think Like a Boss. Guys, this is a business. This is your business. Don't walk away from an opportunity such as this without giving it a try. Okay. And for those of you who've been in touch with me, who I've been in touch with, you know that I've got a couple of bonuses for you. I say, give me 10 rides. Give me 10 rides to prove that this is a viable option. And for those 10 rides, I'm willing to give you a $100 bonus. I'm going to pay you. Lyft's going to pay you a $10 extra per ride for your first 10 rides. You got 30 days to get that in. Let me give you that. Treat this like a trial. Treat it like a trial. Treat it like something you're trying to explore. Get with me. Let's discuss making a plan. Or I can feed you over to some of my teammates who do some things as well to prepare new drivers. Okay. But guys, take this 10 ride trial. Worst case is you're going to discover, not even worst case, you will either discover that this is for you or this is not for you. Just give me 10 rides. And for taking those 10 rides, you're going to get an extra $100. Okay. So guys, this is Lou Riley, your rideshare coach. Checking out. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye for now.